Okay, so I think we're up to Daf Zion, if I'm not mistaken. And we spoke about counting Yemei Ziva. We began with the machlokas between the Rambam and the other Rishonim as to when exactly are the Yemei Ziva. According to the Rambam, from the very day she has her first Niddah, first Dam Niddah, she counts 7, 11, ad infinitum, 7, 11 over and over again. The other Rishonim say no, that we wait until she finishes with her state of Nidus, and then her Yemei Ziva begin at the end of her Nidus, and that could change obviously from one month to the other. So let's, for the sake of review, if we look at on the right side of page Zion, paragraph number Beis, Kigon, on the third line, Rasa b'yom rishon b'chayeha, monim la shivas yimei niddah v'achadasar yimei ziva, ach ein monim la od shivas yimei niddah, ella imkein rasa b'hem. So she has these 11 days of ziva, following the 7 days of niddah, and then she continues in the state of Yemei Ziva and doesn't begin counting Yemei Niddah until she sees her first Re'iyah. V'imlo rasa b'hem is b'eshet tireh shuv maskil minyan Yemei Haniddah. Whenever she sees Dam Niddah, that's when she starts counting Yemei Niddah. Because according to the Rambam, immediately after the 11 days of Ziva, she automatically is projected into the Yemei Niddah. V'hainu shim rasa b'yom eser b'sheish Liri'asa Harishona. This was the case that we spent a little time on last week. Let's go over it again. And I'm not going to apologize for Chazar because I think this is so fundamental that it's kedai to go over it and over it. So what happens now? She sees on day 1 her first Re'iyah of Niddah, and now we count 7 days. And now we count 11 days of Yemei Ziva. So we're up to day number 18. But she didn't see her Re'iyah of Niddah until day 26. So from day 18 till day 26, she remains in the state of Zava. And now day 26, let's figure this out. According to the Rambam, it would be 7-11. 7-11. So we have 18 times 2. 1 second. 18 and 18. No, 1 second. What did I mean? No. 18. So we get 18, and now we're in Yemei Niddah. And Yemei Niddah are going to continue for another 7 days. So on day 26, according to the Rambam, she's by definition in Yemei Ziva. Is that correct? Let's go over that one more time. 7, 11, 7. So you have 7 and 7 is 14, plus 11 is 25. Then 26 is already the first day of Ziva. Was going to all the other Rishonim. She then establishes Yemei Niddah if she saw that Re'iyah on day 26. So it's a tremendous nafkamina. Imagine when the Beis Hamikdash will be built and the different karbanos, she have a karban, or even Bisman Hazeh, what's her status? Okay, today, she sits Zayin Nikiyim even on a Tipas Dam Kecharda, so a lot of this is not so relevant. But we're going to see nafkaminas as we go along. It's just such a fundamental machlokas rishonim. You can chas v'sholom be coming up Ikaris, but how could it be that the basic definition of when a woman is either a Niddah or a Zav is a machlokas rishonim? Makes me very sad. But that's what happened. The Rambam writes during the Golos, the bitter exile, we lost a lot of the Masorah. L'neyazu, k'mochen minyan yemei Niddah einem maschil mi'olah b'shoshi zava gedolah. So whenever she's a Zava Gedolah, she cannot become a Niddah. So she has to leave the state of Zava in order to become a Niddah. How does she leave the state of Zava? She needs Zayin Nikiyim. So any Re'iyah that she sees within Zayin Nikiyim, according to all Rishonim, is a Re'iyah Zav, or Zav I should call it, not a Zav, Zav, but not a Re'iyah's Niddah. And we're way into the period of Niddahs, you know what I mean? According to the Rambam, we've left the 11 days of Ziva, but yet she's still a Zava. She wasn't successful yet at arriving at day 7 of the Zayin Nikiyim. So she's still a Zava, but that doesn't bother the Rambam. The Rambam's going to hold that if she sees Dam after the 11 days of Ziva, she is a Niddah. According to the other Rishonim, she has to leave the state of Zava in order to have a Riyas Niddah. And that state of Zava might continue. So it's interesting, the two nafkaminas that we spoke about. In one case, we spoke about a nafkamina because she didn't see Dam for a long time. Here, the nafkamina is that she saw Dam, but the question is, since she never left the state of Zava, she didn't yet achieve the Zayin Nikiyim, that Dam becomes Dam Ziva, not Dam Niddah. By the way, this proves over and over again that Nidus and Zava has nothing to do with biology. Zilch. It's the same Dam. Send it to the, to the lab. And if I had a diagram of where the Dam is coming from, it would be identical. It's purely a halachic distinction. So therefore, Rasa biyom rishon b'chayer, monim lo shivas yimei niddah, v'achadesrei yimei ziva. Rasa shuv b'echad asar yimei ziva, shloshi yom ritzufim, ein maschil limnosla biyom hatish asar, should be made Nidus. Oh, now we have the flip case. She cannot start Zava while she's a Niddah. So it doesn't matter where she's up to in the counting. If she's still Al Bidin a Niddah, right? So you're up to 19, day 19. And now she's counting your name Niddah. No. She has to first count Shivas Yemei Nikiyim to get out of the state of Zava. So even though you're in day 19, which according to the Rambam is clearly Dam Niddah, according to the other Rishonim, it's not Dam Niddah because she has not exited from her status of a Zava. So she has Zayin Nikiyim. Now all this applies only to the Zava Gedolah, meaning she cannot have Dam Niddah during her period, during her status as a Zava Gedolah. But if she's a Zava Ketana, then she can begin counting and she can begin defining her Re'iyah as a Re'iyah's Niddah. Nechleku Rishonim l'deya zu im Yemei Niddah lefi cheshbon shelo rasa behen olim l'sfiras zivasa l'divrei hakol. Okay, 1 second. This is a little confusing because when he says l'divrei hakol, and he's talking in the Rishonim, one opinion in the Rishonim, but I think l'divrei hakol means even according to the Rambam. Let's see again. Yemei Niddah l'fi cheshbon. So according to the Rambam, it was 7, 11, and now we get into the Yemei Niddah of 7 after the 11, and she didn't see any Dam. So according to one school of thought, Olim l'sfiras zivasa. Even the Rambam was going to agree that even though she's technically in Yemei Nidus, I can use those Yamim that are Nikiyim and be mashlim, I can complete the Yemei Ziva of Sfiras Zayin Nikiyim. And this is a chiddush, because you could have said logically that if you're in Yemei Niddah, then those days of Nikiyus cannot be integrated into Yemei Ziva to set up Zayin Nikiyim. But he says, no. These are days that are Nikiyim. I started kicking it off from the first Bedika that she made, and she found herself to be Naki. Now we count Zayin Nikiyim, even if they overlap into the Yemei Niddah. O. Now I guess the O, I think, introduces the second dissenting view of the Rishonim. Okay, so maybe I jumped the gun here when I mentioned the Rambam, because now he's talking about Amoroi. Kigon, Rasa Shlosha Yomim Yemei Ziva, V'nistaimu Yemei Ziva Lefi Cheshbin. Right, so you got to the 11th day of Ziva, according to the Rambam. Kodem Shesofra Shivas Nikim. Okay, so far it's exactly the case that we spoke about. Is Chil Yemei Niddah Lefi Cheshbin. Now, after 11, we're in Yemei Niddah. And not everybody would agree about this, whether you can integrate those days of Nikiyim into the Zion of Zava. That becomes Machlokas Amoraim. Is Nechleku Harishonim Im Yomim Elu Olim Leminyan Spiras Shiva Nikiyim Lezivasa Ledivrei Hakol. Does everybody agree, as we said before? Right, Lesman and Polik, no one would disagree that we can integrate days from Yemei Niddah into the Shivas Yemei Nikiyim. O Shadin Shoni Machlokus Rishonim Amoraim, Im Yomim Elu Olim L'Spiras Nivas. So according to some Rishonim, this is not simple. This is not universally accepted. It's not unanimous. There is a sheet in Amoraim, according to Rishonim, that would maintain that you cannot integrate into the Zion Nikiyim days that belong to Yemei Niddah. This is like a gigantic wall that separates between Yemei Niddah and Yemei Ziva, such that the Yemei Ziva need their own local Yomim to establish Zion Nikiyim. And they cannot borrow days that come down the line from the next, from the on top of the wall to the other domain of Yemei Niddah. Which I don't understand exactly how that's going to play out, because if this be the case, then she only has one option of getting Yemei Shivas Yemei Nikiyim, only if she saw the first 3 days of Yemei Ziva. She has another 8 days left. 7 out of those 8 days were Nikiyim. I'm missing a piece of the puzzle. It can't be. And she'll be a Zava for the rest of her life almost. Unless, wait a minute, I'm just thinking, I see. Now, let's say during Yemei Niddah, she becomes a Niddah, and then she goes into Yemei Ziva, so then she can get a Zion Nikiyim in Yemei Ziva. But again, it's going back to her status of a Zava from the previous round. That's the only thing I can come up with. Ubigamar nisbayr dugma nosefes minyan zeh isha shel yolam ha'isa roa b'shmoni yom. If I understand what he's saying, is she has a cycle of 8 days. Could you imagine such a case? Every 8 days she sees Dam. Umafsekes shmona. She makes a hefsek tara after the 8 days. V'roa shmona, and now she'll see another 8 days. Ein kula. V'minyan yemei niddah v'zava l'fi cheshbon kishitas harambam. So again, this phrase of Lefi Cheshbon is a reflection of the Rambam sheet that it goes 7, 11, etc. for the rest of her life. Harei Shmona Yomim HaChamishim Shehi Roa Bahem. So at 8 times 6 is 48. Am I right? So how do we get to day 50 over here? Yesh mehem arba b'yemei ziva v'arba b'yemei nida. No. This I didn't make the cheshbon correct. 7, 11 is 18. Oh, so 18 times 2 is 36. But how do we get to number 50? Let's say 18 times 3 is how much? 40 is 54. Oh, very good. 54. So when we count the numbers from 50 to 60, we're going to divide it. 1 second. 54. Yesh behem arba b'yemei ziva, v'arba b'yemei nida. B'shmona yomim haboim she'eino roa bohem, yesh behem shlosha b'yemei nida. You have 3 out of the 8 that are in yemei nida. Because what was the number we counted? We counted 48. But what was the number we counted before 54? That was 36? 36. Shmona yomim haboim she'eino roa bohem, yesh bohem shloshi yemei nida v'chamishi yemei ziva. Not sure exactly what the case was. Shloshes yomim elu shebimei hanida nechleku rishonim im olim leminyan zayin l'divrei hakol fifa charei muteres b'yom acham mishmona hashishi. Oh, shmona hashishi. That's 48. Am I right? She'eino olam l'sfira divrei hakol harei asura isfar shivot. Oh, so let's go back again. He says the following: harei shmona yomim hachamishiyim. So 5 times 8 is 35? 40. Oh, I'm sorry. 5 times 8 is 40. Okay. So that's what I think he means by chamishim. I thought he meant from 50 to 60. No. He's talking about 5 times 8. So she sees every 8th day. So we got 5 rounds of 8. So 5 rounds of 8 is going to be 40. Yesh behem arba b'yemei ziva v'arba b'yemei nida. Right, so we're going from 40 to 48. Just 1 second. So according to the Rambam, what do we have? We had 6 rounds of 8. Is that what we said? No. We have 5 rounds of 8, which is 40. So where is she now? 1 second. On day 40, where is she according to the Rambam? Is you may neither, no? But why is it? She's already 8. 1 second. Help me out over here, Ramos. 7, 11 is 18, right? And then 7, 11 is 36. Oh, I got it. 36.
That's 7.
Right? And she's starting her Yemei Niddah now, right? So it's 37, 38, 39, 40. And if she had 5 rounds of 8, So you get to day 40, which is day 4 of the Zion Yemei Niddah. So that's what he says over here. Yesh mem arba b'yemei ziva, arba b'yemei niddah. Just 1 second. That doesn't make any sense. Second. Again, I think we're making some progress here. There's five cycles of 8. That leaves us as 40. So where is that? Where is day 40 according to the Rambam? 7, 11.
The 5th.
What do you say?
The 5th. 7, 11, and then the 7.
And what number would that be?
5th.
No, I'm
7,
asking.
11.
I'm asking if.
No, you have 7, 11.
Right.
Which is 18. 7, 11 is 36.
6.
And then 36 and 7 is 43. So that's in 43 in the.
Oh, so 1 second. So now, wait a minute. So day 36, she starts Yemei Niddah, according to Rama. Okay, let's say that day 36, she starts Yemei Niddah. Now, it's 4 days, 37?
7, 11.
Right, so let's say 37.
Days, you know?
So 37 is Niddah, 37, 38, 39.
4 days.
It's 40. 40 equals day 4. And when is she going to start? Oh, so what number we need now? 43? You said? No, I'm saying what was the day that starts to be Ziva?
On the 44th.
44th. So how do we get 4 days of Ziva? Arba b'yemei Niddah, arba b'yemei Ziva. 540 is 540. And we said that what? You may need to start on day 37. Right, so now we're up to 40. And so why would day 40 begin Yemei Ziva? I don't get it. He says Arba b'yemei Ziva, Arba b'yemei Niddah. Why is that so? Anybody have it? How are we getting these Arba Yemei Ziva and Arba Yemei Niddah?
We're talking about 40 now, but it's Hamishim as well. I get 50.
No, I thought Hamishim means the 5th. No, Shmones Yomim HaChamishim. No, it's the 5th cycle of 8. Again, I could be dead wrong. I don't know. I'm just trying to do the best I can with the tools I have. The 5th cycle of 8 would take us to where? To 35. No, 40. To 40. I keep making that same mistake. Right. So that takes us to day 40. So this is the completion of her 5th cycle of seeing every 8 days. Takes us to day 40. And now he's got 4 Yemei Niddah and 4 Yemei Ziva, taking us to 48. But how many times does 11 go into 48? Does that help us at all? No. What?
4 times 4.
Is בשמונה יומים הבאים אין הרוב, יש בהם 3 בימי נידה ו5 בימי זיva. Because when is she going to start Yemei Ziva? That's
We can't start Niddah first. 7, 11 is that way.
right. So keep counting 7, 11, and tell me when.
7, 11 is probably 18. 7 is 36.
36.
7, and then you've got 7. 4 is 7.
Right. So let's say 30. What do we get to? We got to. What number did you get to again? 36?
36. 7, 11 is 7, 11, 36.
7, 11 is 36. So twice Chai. It's 36, right? So now you're ready for your main Niddah.
Mhm. So 4.
And wait a second. Is 36 is your main Niddah? Right? 36 is your main Niddah.
We finished.
And when does she finish her next cycle, which we said was her 5th cycle of 8? It's on day 40, correct? And she started Yemei Niddah on day 37. Okay, can you remember those two numbers, 37 and 40? Let's see if this works. So we're going to have 37 and 40. 37, 38, 39, 40. And now we're ready for Yemei Ziva. Is that it? Right? When did we say 37? 37 and 7 is 44. So she'll start the Yemei Ziva at 44. So that's good. If she starts Yemei Ziva at 44, and now we're counting 5 cycles of 8, because she sees every 8th day, which gives us to day 40, and she starts Ziva on 44. So that will be 4 days of Niddah, followed by 11 days of Ziva. He says, Arba Yemei Ziva. I don't know what that means. Just 1 second. Arba Yemei Niddah. Oh, he means going towards the next cycle, which would be the 6th cycle. Right? What would be the 6th cycle? We said would be what? 48? So let's just think about this. If she reaches 40, right, 40, and she started on Nidus, you may Nidus at 37, so that's 4, and she'll begin her Yemei Ziva at 44, correct? So when she finishes her 5th cycle of 8 at day 40, she has 4 days until Yemei Ziva. Now her next cycle would be on day 48. So from 40 to 48, 4 out of those 8 days will be Yemei Niddah, which began on day 37, and 4 will be Yemei Ziva. Okay, so far that makes sense. I don't know. Again, I can't promise you this is correct. Now he says, "Ubishmona yomim haboim she'eino roa bohem." So I guess we're up to day 48 now, correct? Because she finished her 5th cycle of 8 at day 40. Now she's starting her 6th cycle of 8 on day 48. Yesh behem shlosha yemei Niddah and chamisha yemei Ziva. Let's see if that works out. Right, we said that the Yemei Niddah, what are the numbers we're up to now? We said we're up to number 48, correct? Okay, now let's focus on day 48. Can you remember that? Day 48. Right? Day 48. And day 48, Shmoni Yomim Haboim. Maybe he means from 40 to 48. No, we said that divides up into 2. 4 and 4. Now she had another cycle. Why did it all of a sudden it went down to 3? Because we're up to day 48. Wait, so she started Yemei Ziva on 37. Now we're going to jumpstart another 18 days. That was 54 that you said before? Why 54? So what, at 54 she start Niddah again. Is that it? Now she finished her cycle at 48. So she's already starting Yemei Niddah. On day 48, she'll start Yemei Niddah. How many times does 18 go into 48? No, it's not. I need just a calculator here. Just do basic multiplication. So, or division if you want to do it that way. But
2.66.
say it one more time.
2.66.
No, that's. How did you arrive at 2.66? Just go through the
48 divided by 18, you said, right?
Oh, 48 divided by 18. No, I don't know. That's not going to help. We're going to have to come back to this. What times? You know, the Sunday schedule is a little different. Let me make a note where we got up to. I think I had a pencil, but again, I never find it. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Monday. Okay. So let's see if we can learn a little Yavamas here. I don't know how long you can stay, but we'll give it a shot. Okay. Now, who can tell me where we're up to in Yavamas? Now we're on Lamed Tes.